I don't normally do full-length videos, so this is a little bit different for me. So I hope you all are doing well today, or night, depending on what time you're watching this. My name's Dylan, and if you came here from my TikTok, you know what to expect. If not, basically, I'm going to be posting a deck list, or not even kind of a deck list, kind of not. Basically, I'm going to be going in depth on one of my decks that I made, and this one is going to be my Krark and Sakashima one. So this deck is all about getting around a certain part of a card. And when I say a certain part of a card, I mean specifically, I don't really want to lose these spells. I want to put them back in my hand and avoid exiling them. And there's very few spells that have that type of effect. So let's just get into it. So yeah, the pairing is going to be Krark and Sakashima. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you flip a coin. If you win the flip, copy it. If you lose, put it back to your hand. Sakashima, it enters as a copy of another creature you control, and the legend rule doesn't apply. I'm actually going to come back to Teferi because, you know, you'll see why. So first off, we got Baral. Instants and sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. That's the big reason he's in there. He's a good mana reducer. I don't really have anything that counters it, so that's not really a big deal for me. Clone, you know, more Krarks, more copies of spells. That's always good. Cryptoplasm. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Yeah, I can. Just more Krarks. Deadeye Navigator and Dockside Extortionist. Basically, the idea here is to create infinite mana. You know, you gotta have one infinite, in my opinion. Just at least one combo like that. You know, that's just me though. Dualcaster Mage. So real quick, this deck is honestly one of the very few ones that I build that I don't think I have like a built-in win con. So I have a few infinite combos in here. Dualcaster Mage, I'll come back to that one. But yeah, infinite mana, and then Dualcaster goes infinite with another thing. Goblin Electromancer, again, a really good instant and sorcery reducer, real cheap, if I'm not mistaken too, like, yeah, 13 cents. Gutter Snipe, there's a lot of spells in here, so, you know, 2 damage to each opponent, that's always nice. I got Hole Breacher in here. I don't think I have a Windfall in here. I might. If I do, that's why. If not, I'm not sure why it's in here. Let's see. Mizzix of the Magnus. Yeah, here's one that's like primo for this deck. He's like, honestly, if what's a good word that I need to think? Mizzix is the freaking lieutenant. There we go. Yeah, we just got some more clones here. The Runaway Steamkin is just pretty good at adding 3 mana. Like 3 mana can be something, you know what I mean? It can be quite helpful. Spark Double, just another clone. Finally, we got some mana rocks here. Signet, Cloud Key is just a good little reducer for spells. Felwar Stone, Jewel Lotus. I own a copy of one. I plan on proxying expensive cards I own. This one is a card in my play group that is accepted, or it's acceptable. I know it kind of varies for different people. This one is like green light for my group, you know, so that's just why I have it in here. Krark's Thumb, because, you know, you're going to be doing so much shenanigans with this, so it's kind of like, let's do even more by flipping even more coins, you know. That's just, you know, after the end of the match, who doesn't like some good tinnitus? Mana Crypt, yeah, Primal Amulet, it costs 1 less, and then add 1 mana, and then copy that spell. Ruby Medallion, Sapphire Medallion, both I own. Soul Ring because it's Soul Ring. Thran Dynamo. I need a lot of mana in this deck. Worn Power Stone. Finally, we get to the instants and sorceries. Counterspell, meh. Faded Intuition. It's just another way to get a copy of Krark. Flusterstorm. Narset's Reversal. Copy target spell. And then this one's just another counter. Oh wow, there's more counters in here than I thought. Here we go. Here's the point of the deck. Nexus of Fate is a extra turn spell, and you know, it's not one of those ones that you have to exile, but it's one that you want to put back in your hand rather than shuffle your library. And frankly, with enough reducers on the board, I can probably get it down to 2 blue mana. Scratch that, I know I have the ability to get it down to 2 blue mana. Repeated Reverberation. You want to copy you want to copy an extra turn spell? Do you want a copy of that copy? Do you want another copy of that spell? Because that's exactly what this does. It's absolutely insane. Again, copy that spell. Seething Song, because 5 mana can be pretty important. Alrund's Epiphany. Yeah, I create 2 1/1 birds and you know, just take an extra turn. And on paper you would normally exile it, but I don't believe you're able to if it's in, I don't believe you are able to if it's in your hand, unless you have something like a Simian Spirit Guide effect, or a one of your friends is playing Bolus the God Pharaoh. But yeah, take an extra turn, put it back in my hand, take an extra turn, back in my hand, and so on and so forth. Beacon of Tomorrows, same deal. Taxian Probe, that's actually on a good play. I could look at 3. I could look at everyone's hands and draw however many players there are. You know, at minimum I'm going to be drawing 2 when the spell resolves. Heat Shimmer. Going back to the Dualcaster Mage, there is an infinite combo. Basically, you copy, you play Heat. Oh my gosh, I am stuttering like a mofo here. All right, so you play Heat Shimmer. You copy the Dualcaster Mage. A token enters. Token sees that Heat Shimmer copy, and it copies that, and it just goes back and forth and back, and you just make an infinite amount, and then you swing out with everything. That's my win. That's what ends the game for this deck. Jessica's Will, you know, another ritual. It's another good way to have spare mana. Karn's Temporal Sundeering, another extra turn, and you get to bounce it. I didn't even know about that second part. I just knew that, like, you get to take an extra turn, but, you know, here we are. And then I get to return it back to my hand when I lose a coin flip, so it's, like, beautiful. Mana Geyser, Ritual, Part the Water Veil, extra turn. It's another Krark. It's 5 other Krarks, it looks like. Yeah. Well, if it's kicked, it's 5 others. If it's not, it's just a token. Just 1. Saheeli's Artistry, again, more Krarks. Sakashima's Will, more Krarks. Stitch in Time, oh my gosh. Flip a coin, if you win, take an extra turn, and it doesn't have to be exiled. Like, this, I'm surprised this isn't a little bit more pricier. It might just be because of its mana cost. It requires both red and blue, but 3 mana, take an extra turn, that is freaking amazing. Temporal Manipulation, extra turn, extra turn. Oh, and this one actually, there's a miracle cost, and I'm thinking I might take out Thousand Year Storm, which is in the deck, and switch it out for Brainstorm. So yeah, copy Brainstorm, return it to my hand, play Temporal Mastery, return it to my hand. Basically just constant miracle costing that. Trespass, again, extra turn, 2 extra turns, another extra turn, another extra turn. Oh, there's a windfall in here. Yeah, discard the hand, draw. Hull Breacher makes a ton of treasures with that. Another mana reducer, instant or sorceries. I actually prevent dead draws from this, so that's a plus with that. 1,000 Year Storm, again, I'm planning on taking it out of the deck because it's a little too high cost for my liking, but it is a good card in here nonetheless. It's like with Krark, even if it's just Krark, right? I get a copy of an extra turn, and then I get another one from 1,000 Year Storm, so at minimum I'd be taking like 3 extra turns, which, holy crap. And then, yeah, we just get to the mana base. It's 19 islands, 18 mountains, and 1 mystic sanctuary. Wait, 29 land? Wait. Oh, no, 37 lands. I was almost worried there for a second. Yeah, so back to this guy. Yeah. Taking 2 extra turns is very doable with this deck. Oh my goodness. I'm not a bad person, I swear. I literally just pulled a Sakashima from a Commander Legends booster pack, and I was like, how do I break the ever-living mess out of this dude? And this was the result. I showed like 10 cards of the deck to one of my friends, and he was like, I'm gonna have to start playing in different pods than you because But yeah, that's my Krark and Sakashima deck. I would like to thank y'all for stopping by, and if you made it through to the end, let me know by... we need to think of a little catchphrase. Tell me that you made it to the end, right? But here's what we're gonna do. Just gotta say in the comments down below, which Teferi is that? Oh, that's the one. Yeah, thank y'all for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.